HA4i provides the ability to audit files between two systems down to the byte level. For this demo, we are going to configure HA4i to help demonstrate the different technologies being applied during the process. Working with the Sync Manager from the Operations menu, we will change the status to Suspended mode. This will allow us to show the item being logged and sent across to the target system to be applied. Moving to the target system, we will force a file to be different from the source system. Scrolling down to a random record number, we can change one character in this record. Now when we run the audit, record number 119 should show as an error. Heading back to the source system, you can run the command using the menus, but for this demo we will prompt from the command line. We want to audit all files of all types from bdatalib, and we are going to skip 0 records. Using this field allows us to skip a certain percentage of records. If we want to skip 50% of the records, we can then determine if they will be skipped in a split manner across the whole file, or if we want to skip the first 50%. For this demo, we will set the output to *full to print the entire audit to a spool file. This will allow us to see exactly what has been audited. This time we will not omit any files, but this option allows you to prevent files from being audited. It is also possible to skip files that are not journaled, but for this demo we will leave this as *no and audit all the files. The Ignore Exclusion List, Resync Files in Error, and Log Items Audited are all the same as previous audits we have run. The only difference being that with Audit by Library files, we can set the files in error to be repaired at the record level. We will cover this later. Now that the files have been audited, we can look at the audit results. Selecting option 5 from HA4i's audit menu will show the list of all the files that have been audited as well as the number of records. Pressing F11 will show if any errors were encountered. As we can see, an error has been picked up in file C. This was the change we made previously. We can also view the spool file that was generated by the audit. As we can see within file C, no file level errors or member level errors were reported, but a data error was found on record number 119. Because we selected Resync Yes and put the Sync Manager into Suspended mode, we can see in the Sync Manager status the change is ready to be pushed across. If we had not put the Sync Manager into Suspended mode, these files would have been resynced automatically. This is okay for small files, but if the files required to be synced are larger, a lot of bandwidth will be used and the files are required to be locked to do a save and restore process. This isn't always possible during work hours, so we can hold the files and send the changes across at a more convenient time. We are now going to clear the sync requests and demonstrate a different process. We shall run the same audit command, but this time we can change the option to resync files in error to *rep. This will repair the file at the record level rather than resync the entire file. Once the audit has been run, we can view the Sync Manager and we can see that there are no requests waiting. To see the changes that have been made, we can move to the target system and open up HA4i messages. Here we can see an error was picked up for file C on record 119, which was then repaired. Now looking at the file, we can see that record 119 has been changed back to the original data before we made the changes. In the next video, we will demonstrate how to audit profiles. See HA4i Auditing Profiles for more instruction. Thank you for following along.